Welcome back to my channel and day 7 of the 13 days of Halloween advent calendar with Brutus Monroe. I'm going to open this one up here. I think I saw this one when Christopher was opening these the other day, and I was trying not to watch, and I think I turned it back on just in time to see that. So I'm going to pull off the sticker. I love these little baggies, so we're going to save those. Oh yes, these little cards. They're creative cards. Fabulous. Oh, I love that one. I want lots of pattern paper like that one. I'm just going to kind of pop them all down. How fun. I think I'm going to go with this black cat one. And we're going to do some quick fussy cutting. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to fussy cut him out. Those are not the scissors that I need for fussy cutting. I'm going to grab these and we're going to do a quick fussy cut. And we're going to kind of go around his whiskers here a little bit. And I'm not going to do I'm not going to worry about too much about doing. We're just going to kind of go around them. Anything that I use, if it is available in the store, I will link it down below. They will most likely be affiliate links, which just means if you place an order using one of my links, I get a little small compensation, which is no cost to you, but it does help me bring content to you, and I really do appreciate that. So if you like what you see, please share, thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more. I do go live on the Brutus Monroe YouTube channel on Fridays and craft using a variety of items. So if you'd like to do that, you can subscribe to my channel. You can subscribe to the Brutus Monroe channel. I'm going to go ahead and cut around this shape just because. What a fun shape. There are some ideas that you could do with this. Like we could totally cut the ears out and layer the ears and then layer the face. Like, okay, let me show you. I'm going to cut this ear off. Cut this ear out. Kind of trim it a little bit nicer. And we could pop up the ear under the face. But I was thinking of maybe cutting this down just a little bit and cutting out these whiskers underneath, cutting off the face. I'm just experimenting here because sometimes that's what you need to do when you craft. Just cut around these whiskers. I'm going to cut out the face because I'm wondering what would happen if I put it down and then no, I don't want to do that. Okay. So we could totally cut off the little whiskers if we wanted to. I mean, you're really not going to know the difference that his whiskers, other than the fact that you watched my video. So we are going to just do that because I think it looks a little bit cleaner. Okay. We're probably going to hide this base a little bit underneath something. I haven't decided what yet. So I have this cut out. Actually thinking I love one of these patterns. I'm thinking maybe I'll grab one of these candy corn patterns. I'm thinking maybe this one. Use that as our backdrop. And then we will come on and make our cards. So I'm going to grab a sentiment, grab a piece of pumpkin cardstock, and we're going to get this going and we will get this card made. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got some pumpkin cardstock here. We're going to cut our panel down and we're going to layer this on because, it's A2 size right now. We're going to layer this on. And then I'm going to put this guy, we're going to put this on. We're going to pop him up. We're going to pop him up with some foam tape so that his head pops up. Then I grabbed this from the Halloween Glow stamp set. That was an event stamp set. I know the stamp set has sold out, but I am going to use it It just says Happy Halloween, just because you know, any sentiment from your stash will work. But if you were able to get this, this stamp set, or I'm gonna go ahead and center that. Well, first we gotta make sure it's gonna, yep. This is just a scrap of cardstock that I had left. Quick grab this, and we're gonna stamp it down in, I'm gonna keep using this Black Widow ink. I'm just kind of owning the Black Widow Stellar ink right now because it's just putting me in the Halloween vibes. I love the Stellar inks. I use them all the time, but the Raven Detail ink would be fabulous as well. We could totally heat emboss this, but I'm just gonna kind of go with a little bit more basic, easy card here. Okay, now look, I noticed that I have a little thing kind of happening here. So I have something on my stamp set, just a little hair or something. You know, I have a dog, so keep an eye on that sometimes before you move your stamp set. Oh, yep. And just make sure there's what is there. I'm gonna kind of peek at it and see, did I wipe it off right? I'm gonna use my finger actually and just kind of scrape at it because for some reason it's not coming off. But then I have to make sure my finger is clean. And that happens. Oh, you know what's happening? There's actually a little bit of a dip in my cardstock because this is a cardstock. It's not my stamp. It's in my cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and leave it. And we're going to use it because I want to use my scraps. And it's okay. You just make it work. First thing I got to do, though, quick, is wipe off my fingers. Oops, that's the wrong squeaky clean. Because I have ink all over my fingers. Okay, there we go. All right, so what I can do is I have a black marker in my stash that works, just a little liner here. And I can go in and I can just kind of fill it in. Very careful. And you won't even know unless you look close that there is a little divot in my card. It's almost like my fingernail went in it or something. That works. We're gonna cut that down in a minute. Let's get the rest of this ready. So this is an A2 size panel of pumpkin. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this puppy down to 4 by 5 1/4. Actually throw some of that little bit away, and then we will cut this down too because we need to make sure that it's, that is 4. And then just make sure it's straight because like I said, this is a scrap. Actually, I'm going to cut it down a little bit more because it doesn't need to be quite so big. So it's going to be about 1.5 inches. And let's get our card kind of put together. I mean, this is a very, very quick card. It'll be fun. Anyone can do this, super easy. You know, just need a couple of cardstock, a little bit of supplies. Sometimes it's the fun part of making cards is try to go quick and simple. And I think for me, when I start doing it that way, that's how it's easy for me to kind of keep going and figure out how to do and try not to be too complicated. Okay, I'm going to hold this up so I can make sure I center this. I mean, I could have probably cut this down just a little bit more, so a little bit more of that orange shows, but we're going to have that orange for the sentiment. Okay, so now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a couple pieces of this, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this right. I should have cut this in half first before I peeled it off, but that's fine. I'm going to put this down right here, and I'm going to peel it off the backing. Oops, I guess I might have been off camera. I put a piece down. I'm going to go ahead and put a second piece right on there. Then I have this piece, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it into strips, and then I'm going to cut it in, actually I'm going to cut it even one more thinner. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to see this. And then this is a skinnier one. I'm going to cut this one in half. And we're going to use the half of one right here. And then I'm going to peel the backing off like I did the other one. Peel the backing off this one. And stick that down. Now we got to make sure his ears kind of stick up. So I'm going to cut this into fourths. Well, probably more than fourths. A bunch of little pieces. Stick any of the small pieces off to the side. Peel off the backing and stick that on. Okay, so it's a little big. It's fine. Peel the backing off of it. And then if I flip it over and I see, I've showed this in videos before, just go in and snip it at a corner, at an angle. It does come off pretty easy with my fingers. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one down. I'm going to cut this one in half this time because you don't need the whole ear. You just need a piece of it so it sticks. And then before we actually glue this down, I want one more thing. We fussy cut this, but this is a white base. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab, I have my black alcohol marker here, and I'm going to just go around the edges here. And that's just going to clean up any messiness from when I cut, in case I didn't cut perfect, and it makes it look a little cleaner. And we're even going to do this part, which is the part that's kind of hidden. Now you have two options. We could cut this down and stick his little, like, see how cute that is? So I think we might do that. I'm going to kind of cut this in a little bit. I'm going to cut this in a little bit. Cut a little bit of his belly off because nobody's going to see that. And we're going to stick his little paw prints in here because you know what he's saying. You know he's saying Happy Halloween. And we're just going to stick it down just a hair, just like that. But we do need to make sure we go in and put our little black nodules. I'm just going to go in like that. I'm going to kind of pull that part down, hold that up with my finger. Just go in with my finger, and then we're going to stick this on together. Stick this in like that. Stick this in like that, which makes it kind of fun. And then this part, we're going to just make flat. But we're not going to make it super flat. We're just going to use a little bit of tape so it's not quite. And I'll just put one piece right here, which will hold those two together. And one piece right here. We'll grab one more. One more little piece like this. And we're not going to put a lot on, we're not going to put any on the sentiment. I'm going to go ahead and peel the backing off of these. It's going to make it a little bit of interest and a little different. And people are going to be like, how did you do that? I mean, you can turn to the side, obviously, and see it, but you don't have to tell them. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue. I'm going to go out from the corners like I like to do, just so that it sticks. Add a little glue to this. That just gives me a little extra wiggle room. Oh, I did not double that one up. Good thing I noticed that before I glued it down. Cut a little piece off for this piece. We'll stick it on right here. And I'm going to go ahead and center this on here. We're just going to kind of make sure his ears kind of pop up a little bit. I'm going to center this down, and I'm not even going to glue his fingers. I'm not even going to glue those little paws down. And look at how cute that is. And then I think we're going to add a little gems just because we need to. I'm going to add a few right here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the same ones I used the other day. And we have another quick and fun little card because, I mean, 9 times out of 10, we send Halloween cards to kids, right? I think this is a fun one for maybe a little kid that likes cats or has a black cat. Or maybe, to be honest with you, I have a friend who hates cats. We joke that she tries to run them all over. And if I see one that's kind of been run over, I always tell, did you hit it? You know, jokingly. And especially black cats. And so I would send this to her as a joke. So that's a shout out to Janice. I don't think she's watching, but if she is, she knows who she is. All right. There we go, you guys. So there's day 7. I hope you give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more content from me. And I will see you tomorrow for day 8.